How to make bones strong after 60. Did you know that half of all women and a quarter of all men over 50 will break a bone because of osteoporosis? As we cross into our 60s, we often worry about heart health or memory. But there's a silent threat that doesn't get enough attention until it's too late. Our bones. Here's the hard truth. We typically hit peak bone mass around age 30. After that, we slowly start losing more bone than we build. In the years leading up to and following our 60s, that loss can accelerate to 1 to 3% every single year. Bones become fragile not because they want to, but because we stop giving them the signals to stay strong. But, and this is the big but, this is not a fixed destiny. Contrary to popular belief, a diagnosis of osteopenia or even osteoporosis does not mean you have to become frail. Medical experts in clinical trials confirm that with the right strategies, you can maintain and, in some cases, even improve your bone mineral density after 60. It's never too late to start. So today we're breaking down the proven science-backed plan to bulletproof your bones. I'm going to give you the nutrition formula, the exact exercises physiotherapists prescribe, and the one simple medical check that could save you from a devastating fracture. Why bones fail and the dangers of inactivity. To understand how to fix it, we first need to understand why bones weaken. Think of your skeleton as a construction site. You have cells called osteoblasts, the builders that lay down new bone, and osteoclasts, the demolition crew that clears out old bone. In your youth, the builders work faster. But aging, especially the drop in estrogen after menopause, revs up the demolition crew while the builders go on a coffee break. The inner structure of your bone becomes porous and prone to breaking, a condition known as osteoporosis. Now, if you don't actively fight this, the consequences are grim. A hip fracture isn't just a broken bone. For many seniors, it leads to a permanent loss of independence. The National Institute on Aging reports that 1 in 4 people over 65 falls each year. If the bones are brittle, a simple trip over a rug can change your life. But you have more control than you think. Improving your bone density by even just 10% can literally cut your fracture risk in half. So, how do we wake up the builders and silence the demolition crew? It comes down to 3 pillars: nutrition, exercise, and lifestyle. Let's start with the fuel you put in your tank. 1. The bone-building diet. You can't build a brick wall without bricks. The mineral your bones crave is calcium. For men over 70, the recommendation is 1,200 milligrams daily. For women over 51, and definitely for those past 60, it's that same 1,200 milligrams. But here's the catch. Your body isn't a sponge. You can't just drink gallons of milk and absorb it all. It's much better to spread your calcium intake throughout the day. Your food-first strategy should look like this. A dairy. A cup of yogurt can give you nearly a third of your daily needs. A veggies. Kale, broccoli, and bok choy are excellent sources. The powerhouse. Canned sardines or salmon with the soft, edible bones. Those are calcium gold mines. But calcium is useless without the key to unlock it: vitamin D. Think of it as the delivery driver. Without enough vitamin D, your body absorbs only a tiny fraction of that calcium you're eating. For adults 51 to 70, you need at least 600 international units, or IU, a day. After 70, that jumps to 800 IU, and many experts argue that older adults actually need even more, closer to 1,000 to 2,000 IU, especially if you don't get much sun. Ask your doctor for a simple blood test to check your levels. Now let's talk about the scaffolding of your bones. Protein. Bones aren't just rock. They are a living matrix of collagen, which is protein. Research suggests that older adults with higher protein intake tend to have better bone density. Don't neglect it. And finally, recent groundbreaking studies are looking at the gut-bone connection, how probiotics and gut health might regulate bone loss. The future of bone health might just start in your stomach. 2. The exercise prescription the right way. This is where most people get it wrong. They assume a leisurely walk to the mailbox or a gentle swim is enough to build bone. Don't get me wrong. Walking is great for your heart, and swimming is great for your joints, but they don't provide enough impact to signal the osteoblasts to start building. To trigger bone growth, you need weight-bearing impact and resistance training. Physiotherapists at Nuffield Health emphasize high-intensity resistance training and impact work. There's a famous clinical trial called the Liftmer study. They took postmenopausal women and had them perform just 4 specific exercises: twice a week for 8 months, and saw significant increases in bone density. The secret was progressive overload, starting light and gradually lifting heavier weights in a controlled, safe manner. Here are 4 of the best evidence-backed moves you should be doing. If you are a beginner, use your body weight or a chair for support. 1. The squat. This places healthy stress right through your hips and spine, the most common fracture sites. Start by sitting down on a chair and standing up without using your hands. 2. The step up. This is functional. It mimics climbing stairs and strengthens your hips while challenging your balance. If you're not wobbly enough to fall, you're not triggering the bone-to-muscle connection effectively. 3. Resisted rows. Osteoporosis often causes a rounded, forward posture because the spine weakens. Rows, pulling a band or dumbbell back toward your chest, strengthen the muscles that keep your spine upright and protected. 4. Heel raises, simple but effective for the lower legs and spine. Hold a countertop and rise onto your tiptoes, then lower slowly. For aerobic bone health, think heel strike. Walking, jogging, dancing, or playing pickleball. These high-impact or multi-directional movements send shockwaves through your legs into your hips and spine that scream, "Stay strong." But what about those who already have significant bone loss? If you have diagnosed osteoporosis, you must avoid heavy spinal twisting or bending forward, like crunches or touching your toes, as these can cause vertebral fractures. Instead, focus on balance training. Tai Chi has been shown to reduce falls by up to 50%. Remember, a fracture prevented is a bone saved. 3. The lifestyle detox. You can eat perfectly and train hard, but if you ignore these lifestyle factors, you're sabotaging yourself. First, smoking. This is non-negotiable. Tobacco is directly toxic to the osteoblast builder cells. It drops your bone density steeply, independent of your diet. Second, alcohol. Chronic heavy drinking interferes with the balance of calcium and the hormones that protect your bones. We're not saying you can't enjoy a glass of wine, but chronic drinking is a major red flag for fractures. Third, salt and caffeine. While not as deadly as smoking, high sodium intake causes your body to excrete calcium through urine. Try to keep your salt in check and moderate that coffee intake. Fourth, and this surprises people, body weight. As you age, being underweight is actually a risk factor for bone loss and fracture. Your bones need some mechanical load, even just carrying your own body weight, to stay stimulated. Frailty is not the goal. Functional strength is. Finally, fall-proof your home. Pick up those loose rugs, add nightlights in the hallway, and install grab bars in the bathroom. The best way to avoid breaking a bone is to avoid the fall altogether. Final words and roadmap. Let's bring this all together. Your strong bones after 60 action plan is: 1. Get tested. Talk to your doctor about a DEXA scan to know your exact bone density status. 2. Fuel up. Aim for 1,200 milligrams of calcium split across your meals, at least 800 IU of vitamin D, and plenty of protein. 3. Load up. Include 30 minutes of weight-bearing exercise 3 days a week, plus 2 sessions of strength training like the squats and rows we showed you. This isn't about extreme biohacking. It's about respecting the body's design. The research is clear. A multimodal approach, combining aerobic, resistance, and balance training with good nutrition, can keep your skeleton functionally younger. Your bones are alive. They are waiting for you to tell them to grow. If you have found these tips helpful, make sure to like and subscribe for more evidence-based healthy aging